Okay, this problem is very similar to the last one in that we have to dissect or break down what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and read through the problem. A trader buys and sells watches. He buys 25 watches for 30 dirhams each. His additional costs are 20% of the buying cost. He sells each watch for 65 dirhams. What is the profit or loss made per watch? Okay, so they're asking for the unit profit. What is the total profit or loss? Okay, so total profit or loss, now they're asking for the net income. So let's start by breaking it down. Net income is the total revenue minus the total cost. Just like the last time, the total revenue is the selling price multiplied by the quantity. The total cost is the buying cost. Is my apologies, the unit cost times the quantity. And the unit cost is the buying cost plus the additional cost. Now that's for net income. But we still have to do the unit profit. So the unit profit is the selling price minus the unit cost. Okay, well, selling price is easy. Unit cost is the buying cost plus the additional cost. So for both of these equations, we will need to find the unit cost. But let's start with what we know. The buying cost. He buys 25 watches. Oh wait, what is that 25 watches? What do we call that? That is our quantity. So we have a quantity here and a quantity here, and 25 watches is the quantity for 30 dirhams each. Okay, so that is the buying cost. Okay. His additional costs. Okay, so we have additional costs are 20% of the buying cost. Okay, so that means additional cost is 20% of the buying cost, which is 30. He sells each watch. Okay, so that means that his selling price for 65 dirhams. Okay, so we have the buying cost here, the additional cost. That gives us a unit cost that we'll find out later. So the unit profit will be pretty easy to find once we get these figured out. And the net income will be easy to find once we solve for these. So this is a lot of solving all at once. Let's start with what we know. The buying cost plus the additional cost. We need that in both equations. So the buying cost is 30 dirhams each. So my unit cost is 30 dirhams plus this additional cost. Now the additional cost was 20% of the buying cost. So we need to take the calculator and we need to do that. 20% times the buying cost is 6 dirhams. So 30 plus 6, which means that my unit cost is 36 dirhams. Okay, so far, pretty good. All right, now we need to figure out how to do my total cost and my selling price. So my unit cost we figured out was 36, so I'm going to write that here. Here's 36. Now what is my quantity? Right here we figured out the quantity was 25. So to get the total cost right here, we need to do 36 and multiply it by 25. So we get out our calculator again. 36 times 25 gives me a total cost of 900 dirhams. So the total cost is 900. Okay. Now, what was the selling price? Now, the selling price, as we discovered before, was 65. So to find here, we need to take 65 and multiply it by our quantity, which is 25, to get the total revenue. So let's get that here. We're going to do 65 and multiply it by 25 to find my revenue. My revenue is 1,625 dirhams. Okay, so 1,625. Now here we already figured out our selling price earlier. Our selling price was 65. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and solve for unit profit and for net income. So our net income is our total revenue, 1,625, minus my total cost. So 1,625 minus 900 gives me a net income of 725 dirhams. My unit profit is the selling price, 65, minus the unit cost, which is 36. So 65 minus 36 gives me a unit profit of 29 dirhams. So 29 dirhams is the unit profit, and the total profit is 725 dirhams.